The days are getting shorter, the sun's going down early, and my wife is driving herself to work. The problem is her headlights are awful, and I'm not buying new ones. Let me show you what we got here. This is my wife's car. This is an 2002 Acura MDX. This car's got 200,000 miles on it. Starts, runs beautifully. Nothing wrong with it. I think I've got a blown fuse that controls the cruise control, but my wife never uses cruise control, so I'm not all that worried about it. However, look at these headlights. They are so faded. They're so faded, it's beyond belief. Let's face it, replacing headlights is an expensive proposition. And frankly, my wife's going to drive this car for a year or so. Once the shy one's out of college, it's time to get my wife a new car. So in order to get these to last, we're going to go through and restore the headlights on this car. What we got is this McGuire headlight restoration kit. This comes with a buffing pad that you put on a drill. This is the application for the protection. Here's the protective film you put on the headlight when you're done. This is your buffing compound. 2 sanding discs. This one's 3,000 grit, and this one is 1,000. What we have to do is remove all of this sun damage. You run your hand on this, it's rough, and you've got a whole bunch of micro cracks caused by the sun, wear. 18 years this car's been rolling and 200,000 miles. And I need to take off the paint to protect it so when I go over I don't damage the paint job. So we're gonna get some masking tape and we're gonna get a little water. I moved the car into the garage. We've got pretty high winds and the clouds roll in and out, so it may rain, and frankly, I don't want to get wet. We start with the 1,000 grit. When you're wet sanding, it's really, really important that you have that it stays wet. If it starts to get dry, the paper will get all mucked up and it'll be a disaster. So you want to keep it wet and just hit it. And every time you rinse, you want to make sure you rinse it regularly, because it'll get rid of the crud that'll clog up the sandpaper. It's really important you tape this off, because we'll sand right through the paint on the car. We don't want to do that either. What I'm going to do, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to go all in one direction, and then I'm going to go back and do it in another direction. Try and get it as smooth as I can before we switch over to the 3000. Now it's really important that you take enough time with the 1000 grit, because you gotta get all the real rough spots down. What's happened is the plastic has been beaten by the sun, it's oxidized, and you need to remove that damaged layer in order to reach a clear spot. It's not uncommon for it to look worse after you've sanded than before you've sanded. But that's the 1000 grit. We're going to move over to the 3000 grit now and get it smoother. Before you take time to buff it, you want to make sure it's dry. There's still a slight haze on this, but when you rub your hand across it, it really feels silky smooth. So we're going to hit it with the buffer and hopefully make it clear as the day we bought it. Well, clear as the day it came off the factory floor at least. Before you ever use a buffing pad, you want to charge the pad with some compound. These can get pretty abrasive. Try opening this right. I don't know how good this is coming out on camera, but this is the headlight we haven't done yet. And then we come over here, and this is the one we just finished. It looks brand new. The difference is night and day. And it didn't take me that long. If I wasn't fighting with the camera to make everything right, I probably could have had this done in 15 minutes. So we're going to come over here. We're going to fix this one and show you the end result. Alright, this side is a little different. If you look, I don't know if you can tell, but there's moisture inside this lens, which means the seal on this headlight is broken. So moisture's gotten inside. A lot of the dirt we see is actually on the inside of this. Even under those conditions though, the difference is stark, night and day. These headlights are just going to work better. They'll light the path. It's almost like new, considering this car's 18 years old with 180,000 miles on it. One bad seal on a headlight, not the worst thing to happen. We've done these headlights. They look pretty good. I'm going to look into what I can do about this one. There may be a way to fix that. I've heard you can do it. So I'm going to do a little research, and if we can fix it, we'll do that next weekend. For right now, we're all done, guys. God bless.